it's going to be one of the funniest things that's ever happened in Tesla history if this goes down.
Ross Gerber surprises Tesla stock investors, and I love it. Take a look.
So I'm going to disclose this information now, exclusively on your show, because I love you so much. So I've been negotiating with Dan O'Dowd to do this test with him,
Dan O'Dowd is the guy who put out this New York Times ad saying, "Don't be a Tesla crash test dummy." He also says that he is a billionaire. He says this vehicle is on full self-driving mode, but he doesn't show us what's happening inside. Because maybe the accelerator pedal is being pressed on while Tesla is on autopilot, and that's why it's not slowing down. We don't know, because he has not shown us what's happening inside of a vehicle. And that video footage was aired during the Super Bowl. He paid for that ad. When he was on TV a while ago, he completely embarrassed himself, saying that he has no conflict of interest running these ads, but he admitted that he works with all of the big automakers, which of course makes him basically almost a direct competitor to Tesla. If not a direct competitor, certainly an indirect competitor who would benefit from Tesla not doing well.
And so we've got a date, and you got to come. You got to come. So it's in the end of June. And, it's been a tough negotiation because there's certain things I won't do. Obviously he has an agenda. I have an agenda, and I'm not going to let him take advantage of us and Tesla and make us look bad. Like there's no way I'm giving them upper hand. So they want to do all these like tests that are like the tests that they do at the NTHSB or whatever, with the fake, robots that go in front of the car and this and that. And I go, no. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is Dad's getting in a car, him and me.
This is going to be so interesting to watch. From my experience, if you drive your Tesla with full self-driving on to a place where you go often, you will know where full self-driving is going to do well and where not so well. So if Ross goes to a place that he goes to often, if he just drives through it, I think it's going to be okay, probably. But if Ross goes to a place that he has not been to, I don't know about this. And it is not so much because full self-driving may do something silly, although it definitely might. It's more because it's difficult to know sometimes, is full self-driving doing this silly maneuver because it is totally messing up, or is it just being too cautious? Pretty much every single intervention that I have when I drive on full self-driving beta is not because of a safety related issue. It's more because full self-driving is just being too careful, and it's annoying. Occasionally, it's not really a smooth experience driving on FSD. And now that I have driven more on full self-driving beta, I prefer driving on full self-driving beta to every place where I go often. So if I know the roads, and if I've driven through there before and I tried out full self-driving beta by myself, alone in the car, and if it worked fine, I will turn it on every time unless I'm in a rush. But if I go to a new place where I haven't been yet, maybe I'll turn it on, maybe I will not. If I have people in the car, definitely I'm not turning it on unless they are up for a ride that may not be smooth, often due to phantom braking, because FSD Beta thinks that something is an issue when it's actually not an issue at all. For example, one time it got confused a little bit by weird bicycle lanes.
And we're going to take full self-driving through Santa Barbara. Like, I do this all the time. I do it every day. Like, I'm perfectly confident that if we have to disengage, we'll disengage, but you'll see that the software is safe. The way it's programmed is safe. So then they're like, okay, that's fine.
Another important thing for Ross to do, I believe, is to drive his own car, the same car that he takes through the same roads every single day. Definitely don't take the car from Dan O'Dowd, because how do we know that he didn't mess with the car's computer or the cameras? He could make something different and then the car won't respond in the same way that Ross's car would.
So then they're like, well, we have these tests with like children and strollers and like this, and we want to do those. And I said something like, well, how about this? We'll go to a kindergarten and I'll drive around the kindergarten on full self-driving. I'm like, I have every confidence. So they didn't know what to say. They're like, I guess that's fine. And I was like, listen, people are using this thing every day. They're not running people over. It's real safe. I'm not that concerned about it. Let's just film it. I'm sure I'll have to disengage. That's fine, but you'll see how safe this is. So I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Me and Deanne in a Tesla.
I have to say,
driving
what
around
great
kindergartens.
line. Yeah. I mean, that's the title right there. Is Ross Gerber suggests test FSD around real kindergarten children.
Whatever the outcome is going to be from this, at least it is definitely going to be entertaining. I find full self-driving to be really careful around people. If anything, it's too careful. But I find that full self-driving has sort of its own way of doing things. So if Ross is going to go around a kindergarten, I think it would be a good idea for him to go around there a few times just to practice and just to see how far he can push the system and when it is important to take over. I think that would be helpful before he does this.
Oh, everyone's going to have a heart attack. We got to get Alexandra Mertz on this deal too. She's going to be our controller. She's going to make sure nothing goes wrong. So Alexandra, if you're watching this, I will be calling soon. We meet Kevin. It's going to be one of the funniest things that's ever happened in Tesla history if this goes down.
I'm already looking forward to that event.
Dan's got this whole team though, like he's a serious guy. Yeah, he's really serious. And I'm like, dude, why is this your mission? Like Tesla's really trying to make it safer. Like they really are. I cannot like a lot of things Elon says and the politics bull crap, but Tesla's mission is to make it safer on the roads. And I absolutely believe in this mission, and I use the software every day, and I hope it gets better. I work on it, the software. I send messages every day to the team. This turn, LA is super hard, and it gets better and better and better. And I have every faith that at some point this will work. I don't know when it will be, but I know that it gets better and better and better, and it drives pretty good now in LA. And when I got it, it didn't. It drove okay. And now it's pretty good.
I certainly see very noticeable improvements between each version when I take out my Tesla for a ride. Progress is being made.
So you went to Gordon's house. Where does he live?
North Carolina. He is actually really nice. Look, I have to say,
it
was nice talking to him before, during, after. Nice guy. Great, like.
Wait. I gotta stop you for a second. I gotta stop you.
Everything about what he has going on seemed great.
So you knock on Gordon's door. Like on his house, that's like where his office is and all that.
He's got Nerf guns, man. I love him, but yes,
but he shoots everything from his house. Like he's got a home. He's got a home studio.
I mean, I don't know if he shoots all of his content from there, but it was nice. I think everything about it was great. I think the one
did you look around for like GM hats and stuff like that? Like, did you kind of like peer in the corners, kind of looking for like hints of
he only had Citadel cups.
For real?
I'm kidding. No.
So did you bring all that?
Dude, he's cool.
I like Gordon. I'll tell you again. I like Gordon.
Maybe it's just me, but with every time Ross Gerber says that he likes Gordon Johnson, it makes me think that he hates Gordon even more.
So did you bring all your equipment in and you shot that interview with him? Is that what you did? And then, so he's married, he has kids and stuff?
No, I mean, you got to ask Gordon all those details. But like on the Gordon Tesla thesis, I think it's really hard to evaluate FSD if you've never used it. You won't try FSD.
Right.
Gordon Johnson says that FSD is not safe, and from outside, maybe at first it appears that it is not. But I promise you, if you look carefully, it is fine. The only way he hurts himself is if he doesn't pay attention, just like this. And now that I said that out loud, it actually makes so much sense, because how can I expect him to pay attention? I mean, look at his Tesla stock price targets from before. For example, 2 years ago, Gordon Johnson said that a year from back then, Tesla will reach $67. This is before the split, so divide that number by 3. He said that Tesla would be just a little bit over $20. Obviously, he has not paid attention to what he's doing with Tesla stock ratings, because these ratings produced minus 67.99% returns. Kevin said that after this interview with Gordon Johnson, who's the biggest Tesla stock bear, Kevin feels much better about his Tesla stock investment because his Tesla stock bear thesis is no good. For example, Gordon often says that experts say that Tesla is dead last when it comes to full self-driving, but when Kevin pressed him on who exactly are these experts and how exactly do they evaluate Tesla, Gordon sort of said, well, it's not me saying it, it's the experts saying it, basically revealing that Gordon's research is not deep. It's all surface level research. All Gordon Johnson does is just scare innocent Tesla stock investors with his Tesla stock price targets. He does it exactly like this. In this video, I talk more about Tesla starting to advertise. My name is Matt Post. Just like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.